G'day class. So I just want to really quickly cover limits. So I want to draw a picture, something that we would have had in class. So I want you to have a look at this function. There's a hole at 3, 2, right? If we track that hole, track this function as it gets closer and closer to that, we see at this point the function doesn't actually exist. What I'm going to try and show us, I'm going to try to show us the value of that function, right? Look over here and you'll see the value of the function, right? Okay, from below or from the left as we might have it, the function is getting closer and closer to 2, but when it's really close, it's good, but at that value, the function is undefined. Same thing from above. Function is getting closer and closer to 2, but really close, it's fine. But when x equals 3, this function is undefined. So we say this function is undefined at x equals 3, but the limit as x tends to 3 is 2. Okay, let's look at something else. Sometimes a function can be defined at a point. So at x equals 3, this function is defined to be 1. But the limit is still 2, because the limit is what you expect the function to be. The limit has to exist from both sides. Here's another example. Now, I've got a function that's got 2 parts. This first part and this second part. Now, let's see what happens. These are the values of that function, and we'll see how it changes. Okay, look on the first part. The function is getting closer and closer to 2. It's getting closer and closer to 3. But when I get really close, the function becomes undefined. Similarly, from this way, the function is getting closer and closer to 1. But at that point, the function is undefined. And so, since from below, but some people call it from the left, and from above or from the right, the function comes to different values, we say the limit doesn't exist because it's not the same value. We don't expect it to be the same value up here and down here. And so we say this doesn't have a limit, or the limit doesn't exist. Now, sometimes the function can be defined. So this function is defined at 3, 2, but the limit still doesn't exist. So that's really important to note.